We're live, guys. Whoa. Hey, we're outside of the infamous Charles Manson Spahn Ranch here in Chatsworth, California, guys. How's it going? I'll wait for a few people to get into the room. We're walking down to go look at the Charles Manson Spahn Ranch. Let me turn the camera around, hold on. There we go. There's a little entrance over here. Hey guys, what is up? So this is where you go down. This is the easy way to get down to the ranch part. There's another way to get down to the lower areas of the ranch. But all this is really historic, you guys. This is unchanged for 50, 60 years, except that there was a fire and all the buildings were burned down. But I'm going to take you down here and show you the Charles Manson Spahn Ranch. What is up? If Charles Manson is not your cup of tea, I understand. Go check out one of my other 850 videos. I'm sure there's something there for you. But sometimes I cover controversial and subjects that might be controversial. And Charles Manson is part of Los Angeles, LA history. And I just sometimes like to document what's left out here. Whoop, that's the wrong way. Let's go this way. I had some other people out here with me earlier. We shot some video. I'll be doing a video on that later. Down in the ravine, Charlie's Ravine. I think it might be called God's Garden. I was calling it the Valley of Lost Children and also the Garden of the Gods, which isn't right. I think it was a map that he did called God's Garden, and we're walking toward it right now. So, beautiful Sunday live streaming from Chatsworth, California, infamous Spahn Ranch. And we're going to go over here and take a look to see if I can show you down into the ravine. I'm not going to go down there right now because I'm all alone, and I just put all my gear back in my car, but I'm going to show you where we were today. Down here, the famous Manson family lived at this place, but before it was actually a ranch, historic Hollywood working little ranch with horses and such. People like Tom Mix, stars like Clayton Moore of the Lone Ranger shot down here, as well as the cast of Bonanza shot at close by the Spahn Ranch, maybe even using Spahn Ranch horses for Bonanza. Now we're going to take a look down here, guys. Got to watch my step. And there are snakes and gopher holes, etc. But right down there is where the Charles Manson family used to frolic. And Charlie used to play his six-string acoustic guitar right there on that rock. Where is it? Right there. And I'm going to show you that on another video. I have shown it to you before, but just thought I'd come out here. There's been some new revelations on Charles Manson. Charles Manson died in November, and there was a fight over his body and his estate. And his grandson and a couple other individuals were fighting over the right to his estate and his body, etc. And it was awarded to a guy named Jason Freeman, who cremated his grandfather's ashes, and they scattered Charles Manson's ashes recently in a small ceremony. But anyway, that has happened recently, and they're still actually fighting over the estate. We don't know who's going to win that. And you're probably asking, well, what's the Charles Manson estate worth? That's a good question, but there is t-shirts and all sorts of music, Charles Manson music that possibly somebody could make money on, I guess. I don't know. But see this road up here? You don't want to go up on this road. That's a no-no. That's private property. But you can stay below this road down here, and it's all state park. I'm in a state park. So, yeah. It's a beautiful area, regardless of whether Charlie and the family were here. I know it has an ominous history, but it's absolutely an amazing natural location with all these incredible hillsides and rocks, unlike most places around the world. Oh, it's terrible. I'm sorry. Must have a weak signal there. I'm sorry about that. I hope to get that new service, that live streaming service. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry about that, Nancy. Terrible photography. Well, sorry. Is it the feed? Hey, Lana, I should go to the what hotel? How's the signal, by the way? Is the quality's probably not that great or whatever, or are you criticizing my photography abilities? Because I'm walking and there's gopher holes. Whoever said that, there's gopher holes all over this place, and I know it's kind of rocking back and forth. I'm sorry. When I shoot a video, it's not as bad, but when you're doing a live stream, it's worse. The Cecil Hotel. Okay, I'll check that out. Where's the Cecil Hotel? Steven said the Illuminati will take care of everything. So, yeah, giving you a little glimpse down into the Charlie's Ravine. And this is where Charles Manson used to sit and play his 6-string acoustic guitar right there. The girls used to sit around in a circle. And that's this very same rock that he played for Terry Melcher, producer Terry Melcher of the Beach Boys. And he didn't think Charles Manson had any talent. However, the Beach Boys actually stole one of Charlie's songs and rewrote their own song with new lyrics and changed the title. And Charles Manson never got credit for that song. But he played that song, Cease to Exist, on that very rock right there. Pretty dang historic. Well, like I said, you know, Charles Manson, probably one of the world's most hated people. So if you don't like this subject matter, I totally understand. And you can go check out one of my other 850 videos. There's something there for you. But this is sort of in my backyard. And I've covered this a couple times. And Cecil Hotel, where is the Cecil Hotel? Can you tell me? Is it LA? But, hey, sorry about that jerky camera work earlier, but now I'm just standing still. Sun's going down over Spahn Ranch. But I want to show you a couple little features. Now that I showed you that, I can take you over here. I say I have to watch where I'm going. Let's see. Is that where the girl went missing and they found her underwater? Oh, no, that's the Knickerbocker Hotel, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. The Knickerbocker Hotel. I know something controversial happened there where it might have been haunted. But taking you back here to show you some great view over here, and also to show you where the corral was, the original corral for the Charles Manson, Spahn Ranch anyway. Charlie and the girls came and stayed at George Spahn's ranch in exchange for like help on the ranch. And right now we would be pretty much standing inside the corral where the horses were. And some say you can find a lot of horseshoes and other metal objects. I found many things scattered around. There's some bed springs over here I want to show you. And then we went down there earlier. I'm going to show you that in another video. But look at these mountains up here. All this up here is all off limits. You can't go up there. That big hill right there is private property. Now I'm swinging around here, but this hill I believe is not. And that's across the Santa Susana Pass Road. And I'm told I can get up there off of Red Mesa. So I may try that sometime. I'd like to hike all the way to the top there, right there. Because that looks over the whole valley. And the San Fernando Valley is just beautiful on a day like today. Whoa! There are some serious holes over here, guys. Well, look, anyway, these are some bed springs from possibly the Charles Manson family, if you can believe it. Although that might just have been dumped later on. But after the place burned down, they bulldozed everything down into the creek and moved everything around. But like I say, I have to watch out for snakes and anything else. But look at all that metal. That's incredible. Here, I'm going to show you this bridge down here. That was a bridge that connected this property in the back up here. And that bridge one time was swept away in a huge storm in 1980s, I believe, late 80s. And somebody died off that bridge. Frank Ritz drove his car with two different people in the car who lived, and he died. But that happened right over there. And then down the way, which is around the corner here, if you were to go around the corner there and down the way, there's an oak tree down there, a little turnout, and that's where the body of Shorty Shea was found. Shorty Shea was a wrangler hand here at the Spahn Ranch who didn't like Charlie and the family and was trying to tell George Spahn that Charlie is rotten, get rid of him, something's going to happen. And sure enough, it did happen to Shorty Shea. He was rocking the boat, and apparently he met his early demise down there. And you can go research that. Shorty Shea and Frank Ritz died falling off this bridge here as he drove across. He was not part of the Manson family. But beautiful. This is the Red Mesa up here. You can imagine all the indigenous American Indians, First Nations people all came here down into the ravine to get out of the heat. It's about 20 degrees, 10 to 20 degrees cooler up there, down there rather. Look at this hill, is incredible right here. Where is it? Right there, that green. Everything's so green out here today. So, yeah, that's it. Just a short little tour before I go. Hope you enjoyed it a little bit. If Manson's not your cup of tea, I totally understand. Like I say, I just look at it from a historical perspective. This place was a working Hollywood ranch before Charlie ever got here. So it has Hollywood historical, aspects to it. Oh, we're going to go over here to a cross before I go. Let me show you this. Let me see. sacrifice. Yeah, I don't know. He was making waves, and that's not good when you're making waves around Charles Manson. Look at this as a cross up here. Now, I don't know if this was for somebody who died. I'm not sure if somebody had died here off the side of the road, or if this is an actual cross for Charles Manson placed by, who knows? I don't know. But here's a helicopter coming over right here. I'm going to show you the last surviving relic, large relic of the ranch. I shouldn't be even over here walking around alone here. See this telephone pole right here? Old telephone pole is the only thing, well, I shouldn't say, the largest relic still existing at the ranch, or one of them. And this was actually a telephone pole that used to be right here. All the other telephone poles are new. But, no, it didn't mean that Manson did anything. He, I guess, might have been convicted for conspiracy. But the poor victims, it's the same to them. Pretty heinous act by those people. Like I said, you can have your own theory about why they did it. That has always fascinated me. Not really about the case, except, you know, all the gory details, but why did Charles Manson and the family go up to Cielo Drive that night, and then the next night, or the night after, whatever, up to La Bianca's? Total random. And why was it random? You know, that's the big question. That's what I'm after. And I've been working on some different theories about that, and I'll be doing some more videos on that exact subject of why Charles Manson and the family might have gone on a murderous rampage. And some people think, you know, Charles Manson didn't murder anybody, and he was, you know, so-called innocent. But that is the original telephone pole from the original Spahn ranch that is still there. Let me turn that around. Let me turn that around. Yeah, there we go. So, here comes the government. Doesn't mean that Manson did it, Stephen. Yeah. Well, you know, Manson's got a lot of family, followers, people that support him even in death. Just because Charlie died, his, you know, apparently that only intensified the mystery and everything. Oh, look at this. Let me turn the camera around. Look at this little guy. Original paint. What is that? Oh, it's part of some kind of rebar, something like that. But pretty much every this is probably not from the Manson residence. This probably was dumped in later years. All this brick wall stuff is probably dumped from the road. So if you're gonna, if you do find anything out here, anything that's close to the road is probably when people just would dump stuff over here. But yeah, that's just my little 10-15 minute tour of Spahn Ranch at the top. But come on back to my other video, which I'll be editing in the next week or so, or whatever, and I'm going to show you yes, keeping an open mind, Stephen. You got to keep an open mind, because who was it? Was it John Lennon or Frank Zappa said, the mind is like a parachute. If it don't open, it don't That's a great line, isn't it, Stephen? Classic boogeyman. Yeah, Charlie played the boogeyman too. I have to tell you, I've heard recordings of Charlie talking to friends of his, and it's a completely different person. Charles Manson, the crazy killer, Charles Manson, that was really an act for all of us. Hey, Patty Urick fan, how you doing? We're out here at Spahn Ranch, famous for Charles Manson, and the family used to stay here before the murders. But yeah, Charlie was a boogeyman, and he played that role. He says, hey, you guys need a boogeyman. You guys need a bad guy, and I'll play the bad guy if you want me to. And that's what he did. Charlie